I'd like to talk about stories I've heard over the years about Suzuki Roshi, Daiyoshu. This is not Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, but which I don't have my copy of because I gave it away. But at the back of Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, I don't know if this is the same picture of him, but if you have that book, or even on this one, try this. Look at his face expression, one side versus the other side. I don't know if it's almost like one side I think is like looking in emptiness, and the other side is looking at you, smiling. But it's an interesting dichotomy. You think we're symmetrical, but we're not. But the stories I've heard in various Dharma talks over, let's see, since 92 is when I started practicing. It's 24 years ago. And I'm a Zen failure, just like lots of other Zen failures, just like this book, by David Chadwick, American Zen Failure in Japan. He has a great site called cuke.com, C-U-K-E, C-U-K-E.com, and because he was a student of Suzuki Roshi, who called him Crooked Cucumber, which is, I guess, a Japanese expression. You know, he's not growing up straight, or he was wandering as he grew, or something. But his website has lots of stories, and some have stuck with me, and these are the ones I remember. And I've heard stories in other Dharma talks. I'm not sure if I heard anyone by Kazuaki Tanahashi, who I've heard Dharma talks, but over the years I've heard lots of them, but these have stuck with me. So the first one is, as a student, or a young boy in the monastery, they were eating, very, the food wasn't that good. So one day they had some pickled radish, which was daikon, I guess, and it had gone bad, and so the monks decided to go bury it out in the yard so they didn't have to eat it anymore. And they hoped the abbot would not find out, which is Suzuki Roshi's teacher, I guess. And so they buried it in the yard, but the teacher somehow found out, dug it up, and served it again the next day, and they had to eat it. I don't know if they buried it again, but anyway, the lesson is you can't bury you have to eat your karma, I guess. Which is a little bit of a, Japanese abusive teacher story. But and another story which is quite sad is his wife. Once he became a priest and started leading his own temple, I guess they had a monk who was disturbed or had mental problems, and one day that monk was alone with his Suzuki Roshi's wife in the temple, and somehow or another he killed her for some reason, which I hadn't read the reason, but it's quite a tragedy. And he remarried after that, but that must have really affected him. I always wondered about how he got over that, but it's a lesson also to me in that there are people who get attracted to practice who do have mental problems, and practice can make it worse, perhaps, if they're coming at it with, they get more into their delusions and But I've heard several other stories like that. I mean, I've seen people with issues in communities, and I guess I've had my own.